Hello, everyone, and Merry Christmas. Welcome to Strike Zone with St. Paul Saints Manager George Tsamis. Strike Zone is a weekly program that gives you, the fans, the opportunity to ask the St. Paul skipper questions about the Saints, baseball or sports in general, or just seek the skipper's wisdom about life events that may be going on. In this week's edition, George gets a Christmas wish fulfilled. He talks to us about a little baseball and football that's going on, and George shares with us his feelings about that it has not snowed yet. So let's get right to Strike Zone. We want to welcome back Manager George Tsamis this week. First of all, before we get into the show, George, just want to say Merry Christmas to you and wish people out there who are listening to the show a Merry Christmas and hope they have a good holiday season.
Yeah, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everyone. And it's another year's come again, and it's so again, hope everybody has a happy holiday season, Happy New Year. And like I said, I wish the off season wasn't so long. We need to get started.
Getting close to baseball time. Yep. Let's start with some team updates from you.
Yeah, we had just announced today that we had signed Alonzo Harris back, and I'm sure the fans are excited about him. He's just, he's an exciting player. He's a tremendous outfielder. He made so many nice plays out there in center field. That kid can cover some ground out there. There's balls that when they're hit, you think, oh, there's a double or a triple, and he comes out of nowhere and he runs them down, makes some nice plays. And again, there were so many of them too. There were so many nice plays that he made, and there were a couple of times maybe real tough plays that he's running, jumping up against the fence and almost made the play, and it made me a little disappointed that he didn't make the play because he made so many of them. But what an outstanding center fielder, and so we're lucky to have him back with us.
With 2/3 of your outfield set, do you have somebody in mind to get that right field spot, or that's just going to kind of materialize?
No, as of right now, if we have Alonzo in center and Willie in left, and to me that's two real good outfielders, and we we are looking for a right fielder, and we would like to try to find a left-handed hitting right fielder, and so I'm sure over the next few months something will fall into place, and it doesn't have to be a left-handed hitter. If there's a quality right-handed hitter out there, we're not going to pass on them. We're going to go after them. But you've seen our beautiful stadium, and it's favorable to those left-handed hitters, and it'd be nice to have a couple more.
Absolutely. Heading into our fan questions, we first of all begin with Kevin Luco from the 10th Inning Stretch at blogspot.com. He wanted to mention, after listening to last week's show, that you were looking for your Christmas wish of a Saint player signing a deal with the Twins, and Brandon Kintzler did this week. So, pretty exciting.
Yeah, I saw that, and I'm happy for him. And he was real good with us, and he did a real good job with the Brewers. Got to the big leagues, had some good years, and I know the past year, he battled some injuries with his knee and a couple other things, but that would be a nice thing to have him get to the big leagues with the Twins, and hopefully he has a good spring training. And because again, when we had Caleb Thielbar with us, he got to the big leagues with the Twins. It was a great thing, and so it'd be nice to see Brandon Kintzler up there, and still, I'm still hoping that I'm not sure what's going to happen with Mark Hamburger. I know he's a free agent now. I'm not sure if the Twins are going to sign him back, but that would be another thing that would be nice too. If he can get back with them and he get a chance, because you look at his numbers. He had a good year, but his numbers are a little deceiving because I know he started some and then pitched out of the pen, most of the time, especially in the second half. And his numbers out of the pen were real good. He had an ERA in the low twos, and so it'd be nice if they did sign him back and we saw him in the big leagues.
Absolutely. Our next question, Sam from Fargo asked, how do you evaluate your success so far in the off season to this point?
Yeah, it's still so early. It's we've brought back a few guys, as everybody is seeing here, and a lot of the minor league free agents that we've reached out to. A lot of them, they're not ready to do anything at this time. Still waiting for the invite from the major league clubs, but there's a long way to go, and but at this point, having the guys we've signed back, we're happy with what we have.
Tammy from Chaska asks of you, when you are building a team, is there a place you start from? Like, you want to make sure you have great starting pitching, or you're solid up the middle on defense?
We're always going after the best available players, and and obviously, we've all heard it. We still hear it every day. You got to have, the great pitching to be successful, and that's very true. But you know what? You have to have those good hitters too, and you just have to be good and balanced and solid all the way around. So it's nice to have the good starting pitching, but you want to be solid everywhere, and your pitchers can go out there and throw good games and give up 2-3 runs a game, but you got to score too. So it's going to be nice to fill out the roster throughout the offseason, and hopefully we're solid all the way around.
Gary from St. Paul would like to ask of you, is the new Texas team kind of a blend of Amarillo and the Grand Prairie teams, or is this like a whole new roster?
A whole new roster, and they're going after all the same players that we are, and so at this point you just don't know what's going to happen. They could be the best team in the league, they could not. It's just we're all going after the same guys, and but they'll just be starting with pretty much. He cleaned the house there, and I think he's starting all over with a whole new roster.
I think Joplin showed that starting with a whole new roster, you still can win. So.
Yeah, they were solid. Their team they had solid pitching, some good hitters, and so year to year we're all starting from the beginning, and you just don't know what's going to happen.
Tom from St. Paul would like to ask of you, can you talk a little bit about what kinds of things you will be doing at your camp that is after Christmas?
We I don't know if some of the people have been to our summer camps, and we go over the pitching, the hitting, the fielding. We want to make it fun for them too. That's one thing. You want them there to learn something, but they got to have fun while they're doing it. Because if you're there 4 or 5 hours and not having any fun, then they're going to go home and complain it wasn't fun. And we want to make it fun for them, but we want them to learn something. And they're going to learn, pitching, hitting, show them the right way to bunt, show them the right way to run the bases. So there's going to be a lot of different things we'll cover over there, and we hope they're happy with it.
Just as a reminder to people, could you remind us a little bit about the camp for those who might be interested?
Yeah, it'll be Monday, December 28th, and then Tuesday the 29th and Wednesday the 30th. We're going to be doing it from 9 to 1. We're going to do the camp at Hamlin University, which is not that far away. They have a beautiful indoor facility there where we can do it at, and they'll have fun. They'll have fun doing it, and especially the ones that have come to the summer camp. They've seen what it's all about, and they enjoy their time there. But again, we want them to enjoy it, but we want them to learn something and take something home with them.
Great Christmas present for those youngsters out there.
Absolutely.
Lester from Minneapolis asks of you, is it kind of amazing to you as a former player to see how easily superstar players move in baseball? Can you imagine 30 years ago a guy like Troy Tulowitzki or David Price being traded, or studs like Jose Fernandez or Carlos Gonzalez even being considered for trade?
Yeah, it seems like we've seen it a bunch lately, and with the players, the free agents changing teams all the time, and it's just, I don't know, it's just the way it goes these days, and I don't know. Personally, it's just hard for me to. I don't know, I guess to get too excited about it, I think it was our last week when we were on, I told you I just care about the St. Paul Saints, and it's just with guys switching teams so much, it's just hard for me to say. I mean, I want to see the Twins win, and it's just hard for me to get excited about these things when guys keep switching teams all the time, and it's like, what do you root for? Which players are you rooting for? This year? So I don't know. It's just tough to. Personally, it's just tough for me to keep saying it.
I agree with you. Ben from Hudson asks of you, I see that Red Sox are going to retire Wade Boggs' number. Wow, he sure was one heck of a hitter, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was something else. He was. I actually got to pitch against him too, and that was just one outstanding hitter, and well deserved. Him and Don Mattingly too. That's another guy that he's been a manager for a while now, and but maybe a lot of the younger people never saw him play, and that was another guy that was just a special hitter, and not the big home run hitters, but guys that always got those big hits when you needed them.
Before we get into the NFL, let's have a George Tsamis Minnesota Viking update.
Yeah, how about that yesterday? Huh? That was nice. Teddy played pretty good yesterday, didn't he? And so now, after all this that's gone on all year, we've had the highs and lows of the season. But I remember how down people were after the Packer game. But well, look at it this way: the Vikings, I guess, if they win one more, they're in the playoffs, I believe. But they still have a chance to win that division. They won their last two games, and obviously the last one's in Green Bay. But the Packers do have a tough game in Arizona next week, and if it goes to plan where Arizona at home beats the Packers and the Vikings win that Sunday night game, it's going to come down to that last game to see who wins the division, and that's exciting, and the Vikings can get it done. They're playing good, and you know what? The Vikings that's a nasty defense the Vikings have, and they're fun to watch, and hopefully they can pull it out.
They sure are an exciting team to watch, no doubt about that.
Absolutely. Yep. And Teddy's good, man. He's going to be a good quarterback for a long time there, and it's nice to have a solid guy there because I'm sure you've seen around the NFL, especially with a lot of the injuries. There aren't too many teams that have those excellent quarterbacks anymore. It's just there's a handful, but it's nice to have a good young one like him, and he'll be doing good things for a long time.
Ian from Bloomington asked of you, there is no doubt that one of the best receivers in the game is Odell Beckham, but do you think that he hurt his reputation yesterday?
Yeah, he's an outstanding player, but it's just tough to see that, and I think he had, 4 penalties, and it's just, sometimes it just seems like what's more important, getting the last shot in or are you going to hurt your team, or just sometimes guys just got to let it go and just, I don't know. It seemed like when he dropped that first pass where he was wide open, it seemed like he got shut down after that and was frustrated by it. And it just, I don't know. It's just tough to watch when guys are doing that. It's like it's more important to get the last shot in instead of just worrying about the next play and trying to help your team win. So it was unfortunate to see that because he is one outstanding guy to watch, but he definitely hurt his team.
I would think that's tough as a teammate to be watching that go on. Like, look, guy, settle down here. You're hurting us. Yeah, and you know what? But we don't really know what's going on. I'm sure his teammates told him that, but some guys are going to do what they want to do, and especially the superstars can do what they want. And he could be the best one. He is one outstanding receiver. But I don't know. I kind of like Antonio Brown. He does something exciting every week. That guy is, like I said, I know we talked about he'll never win the MVP, but that is one valuable player to have. And it's like he makes something happen, every game. And everybody knows they're going to throw it to him, and still nobody can stop him. So that's the thing with Beckham too. He was shut down most of the game, but then at the end there, he made some nice plays and big touchdown. But again, it's just too bad that the other stuff kind of stuck out there, and you they just gotta knock that stuff off and just play the game. That's like even with our guys. I tell our guys, even arguing with the umpires, what's the point of doing it? You're not going to win, so just let it go. And I guess I just saw that Beckham got suspended too for the game with the Vikings this week, but I guess he's going to appeal it. But there's really no place to see that. I agree with you. Owen from Mankato would like to ask of you, how do the Patriots keep winning when nothing but Brady, Belichick, and Gronkowski and a bunch of guys no one really ever heard of? Well, the coach is outstanding, the quarterback's outstanding, the tight end's outstanding, and they know what they're doing over there. And and maybe their scouts are pretty good too, because they always seem to find the right guys, and they get it done, and they make it happen, and just an excellent organization. Them, kind of like the St. Louis Cardinals in baseball. Excellent organization, always find ways to be competitive and get the job done. Norm from Lino Lakes asks of you, who do you predict will meet in the Super Bowl at this point? I don't know. Like I said, there's a handful of teams that if they got there, we wouldn't be surprised, but
I've been hoping for the Vikings and the Patriots, and so I'm going to hope for those two, and hopefully that happens. If it doesn't, the Steelers are so exciting to watch. I really enjoy watching them too. So if the Patriots didn't get in, it'd be nice to see the Steelers in there because they're just every game's a shootout. And again, I think we talked about this a month ago. If the Steelers got there, we wouldn't be surprised because they have so many good and talented players.
We have a Steelers question coming up here in a little bit, as a matter of fact. Our next question is, do you think it is wrong that a team from a sorry division like the NFC East and the AFC South are going to have a team in the playoffs when the Jets or Chiefs may be out?
Yeah, I guess that's the way it goes, and it happens in every sport too. Sometimes it just works out that way, and it's those two divisions there's going to be a team get in, and that's maybe not having the best year, but that's the way it goes.
I think some people forget the Twins, I think, in 87 were 83 and 79, and everybody kind of thought, well, they didn't belong there, and they went all the way. So,
well, you know what? I don't know. Too bad they couldn't do something like if a team didn't have a winning record or something, they're not allowed to get in or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Kick the team with, hey, you can have the divisions, it's fine, but if the team doesn't have a winning record, then they get booted and somebody else with a better record would get in, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Heading to our Steeler question, Clay from St. Louis Park asks of you. You've been touting the Steelers, and so look at their comeback yesterday. They should be the team no one wants to face in the playoffs, don't you think?
Yeah, when they were down by 17, I was like, oh boy, they're in trouble because Denver has that great defense, and but you know what? They just kept going and kept plugging away at it, and their quarterback is an outstanding player, and again, he has a lot of talented guys around him. So, like I said, I think we're going to see them get in there, and when they do, they can cause some damage.
Lee from Woodbury would like to know, as a guy who is a manager, how hard is it for you, from your perspective, to coach a team when you know the GM and owner don't really want you around? He says he feels sorry for a guy like Chuck Pagano.
Yeah, it's a tough situation. It's tough when you lose your best player and you lose a couple quarterbacks. He has done a good job too, but really inside and out, we really don't know what's going on in there. And but I know when you lose one of the best quarterbacks in the game, it's tough for anybody to replace him. And so hopefully it works out for him because I like him, and again, just sometimes things just don't work out.
Heading to the question that everybody's asking about, Johnny from Buffalo would like to know, George, are you caught up in the whole Star Wars craze that is going on?
Honestly, no, I am not. And I know it's out, and I saw the first one when I was a kid, and I really enjoyed it, but I haven't seen one since, and I don't have an answer why. I just haven't, but I guess it's the thing. So you see it all over the place, so it's good for everybody else.
Yeah, you can't even walk down the supermarket aisle without something branded to Star Wars nowadays. So
yeah,
pretty sad.
Yeah, well, that's good. It's good that it's good though that it's good that it's out, and it's all good.
Absolutely. Mike from Kansas City asks of you, do you have a favorite gift you received as a kid at Christmas?
You know what? We're growing up, and I love playing baseball. So whenever I got a new glove or something like that, it was a new bat. Those are the things I really enjoyed, and and again, I loved playing, and I wish more kids today did it too. I know now we have the video games and the cell phones and the internet, and it seems like back then. Well, I know back then we didn't have all those things, so we were out playing all the time, and but I don't know. It seems like it's not as much anymore, but yeah, getting those gloves and bats when I was growing up was always nice.
Shelley from St. Paul would like to know if you have a favorite Christmas song.
Always growing up, and even today, the Little Drummer Boy. Who doesn't like that song? That's something that I've always liked and still do. And how can you not like that song?
It's a good one for sure. Our last question for this week comes from Ken from Minneapolis, who says, doesn't the fact that it does not snow yet really suck?
I know it's supposed to, for Christmas, it's supposed to be snow on the ground, but you know what? We don't have to go out and shovel yet, so I personally am okay with it, because guess what? I don't think next month, and in February when it's snowing all the time, when we're out there shoveling, I don't think we're gonna. I mean, I think we'll have a little complaining to do then because it'll be so much. So I'm good with it.
I think Ken is asking the wrong guy because I believe you told me that last year you were in that whole 8-9 feet of snow thing. So you're probably thinking this is a good thing.
Yes. Yeah, and and out here in the East Coast and close to Boston, where it was brutal for a long time. We did, whatever it was, 2 months, whatever. It was every day, and there was a lot of it, and so I'm good with it not snowing. I'm good with it. It's nice to look at, and maybe the first couple of days, hey, that's nice to see, but I really don't care to be out there shoveling, and I'm sure a lot of people agree with me.
I'm totally with you on that one. Well, thanks for joining us this week, George.
Okay, thank you, and happy holidays, everyone.
We want to thank George Tsamis for joining us on Strike Zone this week. If you have your own questions you'd like to ask the St. Paul Saints skipper, please send them to us at askgeorge@minorleaguesportsreport.com. That's askgeorge@minorleaguesportsreport.com. Please have your questions to us by Sunday evening so we can give the skipper a little time to review them before we record the show on Monday. I want to thank you for joining us this week. I'm Rob Pannier, the managing editor of the Minor League Sports Report. We want to wish you a Merry Christmas and thank you for joining us on Strike Zone.